Be me, 26. Night shift archivist for a monolithic corporate entity. Job title is literally Data Retention Specialist Grade 3. Work in Sub-Basement 4. No windows, no cell service. Just endless rows of humming servers and boxes of unorganized paperwork from 1998. My only coworker is a dehumidifier that rattles in D minor. Social life is non-existent. Circadian rhythm is a myth. Diet consists of vending machine crackers and lukewarm sludge labeled coffee. It is 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. I am scanning tax returns from a defunct subsidiary. The silence is heavy. Hear a noise in the ventilation duct above my desk. Assume it's the building settling or a very large rat. Ignore it. Keep scanning. Noise gets louder. Metal screeching. A screw falls onto my keyboard. Look up. The vent grate swings open. A pair of legs dangle out. Coveralls, covered in grease and neon paint. Boots that have seen war crimes. A girl drops onto my desk, crushes my box of crackers. She rolls off, lands on the floor in a crouch, stands up, dusting herself off. She's wearing welding goggles on her forehead. Short hair, looks like she cut it herself with safety scissors. Smells like ozone and stale cigarettes. She looks at me. I look at her. She looks at the crushed crackers. Oops. Voice is raspy. She grabs a handful of cracker dust from the desk. Eats it. Thanks, boss. Walks over to the server rack behind me. Pulls out a screwdriver, starts unscrewing a panel. I finally speak. You can't be in here. She doesn't turn around. Sub-basement 4 HVAC unit is clogged. Unless you want to suffocate in carbon dioxide within 3 hours, I can be here. Valid point. I go back to scanning tax returns. She works for 45 minutes, humming a song that sounds like elevator music but sped up. Finally stands up, wipes grease on her thigh. Fixed. You're welcome. Walks to the door. It requires a key card. I have the only key card. She rattles the handle, turns to me. Let me out. I sigh. Get up. Swipe the card. She walks out. Salutes me with the screwdriver. See ya, Dungeon Master. Door closes. I am alone again. The dehumidifier rattles. It sounds lonely now. 3 nights later, 3:15 a.m. Vent grate opens again. I don't even look up from my book. She drops down. Lands cleaner this time. Walks over to my desk. Places a lukewarm can of soda on my scanner. Payment for the crackers. It's grape soda. I hate grape soda. I open it anyway. My name is KL, I say. Cool, she says. Doesn't give her name. She sits on the floor with her back against a server rack. Takes out a Nintendo DS that looks like it survived a nuclear blast. Starts playing. The sound of button mashing fills the room. I try to work. Can't focus. Don't you have maintenance to do? Break time. Upper levels are boring. Too many suits. She plays for an hour. I scan documents. The rhythm of her tapping buttons syncs with the scanner light. It's weirdly soothing. At 4:30 a.m. she stands up. Level 7 boss is a cheat. She climbs back up into the vent. Disappears. I finish the grape soda. It tastes like purple sugar and chemicals. I keep the can. Week 2. She starts showing up every night. No schedule. Just whenever. Sometimes 1 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m. Learned her name is Val. She fixes things in the building. Pipes, wires, bots, plants. She hates the corpo rats upstairs. Calls me archive. One night, she brings a soldering iron. Your chair squeaks, she says. It's fine. It's annoying. Move. I stand up. She flips my chair over. Solders something. Greases the wheels. Flips it back. Spins it. It is silent. Better. She nods. She sits in my chair. I have to sit on a stack of printer paper boxes. We sit in silence for 2 hours. She reads a crumbled comic book she pulled from her boot. I organize file folders by year. She occasionally kicks her feet. Her boots leave mud streaks on the floor. I should clean it. I don't. Month 2. I start buying snacks she likes. Spicy chips, gummy worms. Leave them on the corner of the desk. I don't say they are for her. She doesn't ask. Just eats them while I work. One night, the server room is colder than usual. Thermostat broke. I am shivering in my thin button-down. Val notices, disappears into the vent, returns 10 minutes later with a massive heavy jacket. Looks like a security guard's winter coat. Smells like engine oil and pine trees. Throws it at my head, stole it from Lost and Found, put it on. It is 3 sizes too big. It is the warmest thing I have ever worn. She sits on the floor, tinkering with a broken drone. You look like a marshmallow, she says. Doesn't look up. I wear the jacket every night after that. Tuesday. Raining outside. Can't see it, but I can hear the drainage pipes in the walls rushing. Val drops in. She is soaking wet. Hair plastered to her face. Shivering. Roof leak on level 50. Had to patch it manually. She looks miserable. I turn off the dehumidifier. Make space near the server exhaust vent. It blows warm air. Sit here, I say. She sits, hugs her knees. I hand her my thermos. It has actual coffee in it tonight. Brought from home. She takes a sip. Grimaces. Black? Yeah. You're a psychopath. She drinks it all anyway. Her shivering stops. She leans her head against the server rack. Falls asleep. I stop scanning. The sound of the scanner is too loud. Don't want to wake her. I just sit there, watching the blinking lights on the servers reflect off her goggles. She snores softly. It is a terrible sound. I prefer it to the silence. She sleeps for 3 hours, wakes up when my alarm goes off at 6 a.m., rubs her eyes, looks at me, soft look. Weird. Immediately masks it with a scowl. Your coffee is trash, archive. She climbs up the vent, leaves a mud puddle where she sat. I wipe it up with a smile. Month 3. Work is getting stressful. Management wants to digitize 50,000 files by end of quarter. I am drowning in paper. Stressed. Eye twitching. Val drops in. Sees my face. You look like death. Thanks. Deadline? Yeah. She hops onto the desk, picks up a stack of papers. Show me what to do. You don't work here. I'm bored. And you're too slow. I show her how to use the secondary scanner. She picks it up instantly. We work in tandem. 2 scanners beeping, rhythm, flash, flip, scan, flash, flip, scan. We don't talk, just the work. We clear 3 boxes in 2 hours. Record time. She stretches. Back cracks loud enough to echo. I expect payment, she says. I have gummy bears. Acceptable. She pauses, looks at a file she just scanned. This is a termination notice from 2004. Yeah, most of this is garbage. Sad. She traces a name on the paper. People leave so much paper behind. She looks at me. Intense eye contact. I look away. It's just data, Val, if you say so. She leaves via the door this time. Steals my keycard to get out. Slides it back under the door 5 seconds later. Week later, I bring a second chair. Found it in a storage closet. Old, ripped upholstery. Put it next to mine. Val drops in. Sees the chair. Stops. Looks at me. I am busy typing. Found it, I mumble. She sits in it. Spins once. It leans to the left. I can take it back. No, it's mine now. She carves her initials into the armrest with her screwdriver. Now we sit side by side, shoulder to shoulder sometimes. She shows me her drawings. She draws intricate botanical sketches on the back of work orders, vines strangling servers, flowers growing out of circuit boards. You're good, I say. I know. She leans her head on my shoulder just for a second to look at her drawing. My heart does a weird stutter thing. Probably the caffeine. Definitely the caffeine. Month 4. Power outage. Emergency lights only. Red glow everywhere. Sub-basement 4 looks like a submarine in a movie. Fans stop. Silence is absolute. Val is already there, lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling. The grid is overloaded, she says in the dark. I can't see her face. Just her silhouette. Will it come back on? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we live in the dark now. I sit on the floor next to her. The red light makes everything feel close, intimate. Tell me something real, she whispers. What? Not data, not weather reports. Something real about you, I think. My mind is a spreadsheet. Hard to access the personal drive. I wanted to be a pilot, I say. Yeah? Failed the vision test. Colorblind in one spectrum. Which one? Green. Can't distinguish shades of green well. She is quiet. Rustling of fabric. She reaches out, takes my hand. Her hand is rough, calloused, warm. Places something in my palm. Small, metal. What is this? A nut from the first bolt I ever tightened on this building. Good luck, charm. I close my fingers around it. Thanks. I can describe green to you, she says. Okay. It smells like wet dirt. It sounds like wind in dry leaves. It tastes like snap peas. I squeeze her hand. She doesn't pull away. We sit holding hands in the red dark for an hour. Power comes back on. Blinding white fluorescent light. We let go immediately. She stands up, adjusts her goggles. Gotta go check the breakers. She runs out. I look at the nut in my hand. Put it on my keychain. Next night, she brings a plant. A small fern in a rusted tin can. Places it on top of the server rack. There is no light here, I say. It will die. I wired a UV bulb into the ceiling fixture above it. Don't touch the switch. I look up. Sure enough, a purple glow. It's illegal to modify building electrical, I say. Sue me. The fern makes the room feel different. Alive. I water it every day when I arrive. I talk to it when she isn't there. I tell the fern about the tax returns. I think I'm losing my mind. Month 5, my birthday. I didn't tell anyone, don't even really care. Just another Tuesday. Val drops in. She is carrying a plastic bag, takes out a cupcake. It is smashed. And a single candle. Lights it with her soldering torch. Happy aging day, archive. How did you know? Checked your HR file on the mainframe. Security is a joke. She puts the cupcake on the desk. Make a wish. I look at her. Grease smudge on her nose. Safety goggles around her neck. Looking at me with expectation. I wish this doesn't end. Blow out the candle. She cuts the cupcake in half with a pocket knife. We eat it. It's stale. Best meal I've had all year. I got you a present, she says. Pulls a cassette tape out of her pocket. Old school. I found a recorder. Recorded some stuff. She puts it in my tape deck. I have one for digitizing. I put on headphones. Press play. It's soundscapes. The wind on the roof. The hum of the elevator. Dripping water. And her voice, whispering commentary. This is the sound of the CEO's car alarm. I set it off on purpose. Honk, honk, honk. I laugh. She grins. Proud. It's the outside, she says. Since you never see it, I listen to the whole tape. Side B is just her breathing and humming that sped-up elevator song. It feels like a love letter. Or a threat. With Val, hard to tell. Month 6. Disaster. Manager comes down. Suit. Clipboard. Smells like expensive cologne. Looks around sub-basement 4. Sneers. We're automating the archive, he says. What? Scanning bots. Faster. Cheaper. You're being reassigned to data entry. Cubicle farm on level 12. Day shift. My stomach drops. When? Monday. It is Thursday. I feel sick. Level 12 means supervision. Glass walls. No vents. No Val. He leaves. I sit in my chair. Stare at the fern. It has grown a new frond. Val drops in later. She sees my face. Knows immediately. What happened? I tell her. She goes quiet. Doesn't make a joke. Doesn't pace. Just sits in her chair. Spins slowly. Level 12. She says, yeah. That's high up. Yeah. Keycard access only. No vents big enough for a human? I know. Silence stretches. For the first time, it's uncomfortable. I can sabotage the bots, she says. Val, no. I can fry their motherboards. Make it look like a power surge. They'll just buy new ones. I can release rats. Val, I can fill the room with cement. Stop, she kicks the desk. Hard. It sucks. Yeah. She stands up, paces. So that's it? You go be a drone upstairs and I go back to talking to pipes? I look at her. I don't have a choice. She looks at me, angry, sad. You always have a choice, archive. She climbs into the vent, leaves without saying bye. I don't see her Friday. Or Saturday. I came in on my day off just to check. Or Sunday. Monday. Day shift. Sunlight hurts my eyes. Cubicle is grey. Noise is constant. Phones ringing, people typing. Chatter about sports and weather. I hate it. I hate the air. It's too clean. I miss the ozone. I miss the rattle of the dehumidifier. I try to work. Can't focus. Keep looking at the ceiling tiles, hoping one will move. None do. Lunch break. I go to the roof. Keycard doesn't work for the roof. I remember the trick Val told me once. Shim the lock with a credit card, kick the bottom left corner. I try it. It works. Alarm doesn't go off. She must have disabled it. Roof is windy. Grey city skyline. Dystopian beautiful. I walk to the HVAC units. Huge industrial fans. I see a figure sitting on the edge of the parapet. Legs dangling over the edge. Green coveralls. I walk over. She turns. Surprised. You escaped, she says. Lunch break. I sit next to her. It is very high up. Wind whips my tie around. How is the farm, she asks. Hell. People talk to me. Gross. She hands me a sandwich. Wrapped in wax paper. Homemade? Stole it from the executive fridge. Prosciutto and brie. We eat the stolen sandwich. It tastes like rebellion. I miss the basement, I say. Me too. I went down there. The bots are boring. They don't eat crackers. She leans against me, shoulder to shoulder. Open sky above us. I'm applying for a transfer, she says. To where? Night shift custodial. Level 12. I look at her. That's a demotion. You're a master mechanic. Don't care. Custodians have keys to everything. And they work at night. She grins. Gap in her front teeth. I never noticed in the dark. You're an idiot, I say. I'm resourceful. She pulls a marker out of her pocket, grabs my hand, draws a small leaf on my wrist, right over the pulse. So you don't forget green, she says. I look at the ink. I won't. My lunch break is over. I have to go back. I know. See you tonight, I ask. Risky. She puts her goggles on. Leave the window in the break room unlocked. The latch is loose. Okay. I stand up. Start walking to the door. Hey, archive, she yells over the wind. I turn. Name's Kale, I say. She smiles. Real smile. See you later, Kale. That night, level 12 break room. 2 a.m. I am working late. Hiding. Tap on the window. 20 stories up. Window slides open. She climbs in, wearing a harness and a rope. She abseiled down from the roof. You are insane, I whisper. I am efficient. She unclips the rope, drops to the floor, pulls a bag of spicy chips from her harness. Break time. We sit under the break room table, hidden from the glass walls. Eating chips in the dark, she rests her head on my shoulder. I rest my head on hers. The fridge hums. It's not the sub-basement, but it's close enough. I take her hand. Trace the calluses. She squeezes back. I don't scan anything tonight. And for the first time in my life, I am not worried about the data. Just the moment. And the girl who smells like rain. Be me. Happy.